Okay, good morning, everyone. I hope you all can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay, good morning, dear aspiring entrepreneurs. It's with great enthusiasm and excitement that I extend my warmest welcome to all of you in the second day of our e-workshop on the fundamentals of entrepreneurship. Today we mark the second day of this incredible journey. Yesterday we heard some very inspiring talks by Honorable VC Sir and Assistant Director of Ministry of MSME, Mr. Satish Kumar Sir. And today, this session today will equip will equip you with all the essential knowledge and skills that will pave the way of our entrepreneurial journey. Entrepreneurship is not just about business; it's a mindset and a way of life that thrives through innovation, resilience, and relentless pursuit of turning ideas into reality. So, during today's workshop, we all will delve into the core principles of digital marketing with the help of our speaker today, Ms. Smriti Shelke, ma'am. And I'm sure that this will bring every entrepreneur to grasp and navigate through the dynamics of this digital marketing world. So, without further ado, let's all absorb the wisdom and knowledge of our first speaker today, Ms. Smriti Shelke, ma'am. I request Divya to please introduce our speaker to the audience, please.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker for today's seminar, Smriti Shelke, ma'am. Someone with a wealth of experience and expertise in the field of digital marketing administration. With a solid background in computer skills and soft skills, ma'am possesses a comprehensive skill set that allows her to excel in diverse areas. Fluent in English and possessing knowledge of German, Marathi, and Hindi, ma'am is able to effectively communicate across diverse audiences. Ma'am is currently working as a manager student affair and digital marketing at DYPIU International University, Akurdi. Throughout her career with an experience of 15 years, she is equipped with a comprehensive skill set that spans digital marketing and social media marketing, branding, administration, designing, website optimization, event management, and so on, complemented by her essential soft skills like leadership, teamwork, and problem solving. Her proficiency in utilizing technology coupled with expertise in content writing, social media and branding enables her to effectively promote courses, events, and activities. In recognition of her outstanding contributions, she also received the Rising Star Award from the English Language Teaching Institute of Symbiosis. A short interview featuring her sessions on grooming etiquette was published in Sapphire newspaper. With an ever-learning approach and trying to marketing campaigns, social media strategies, and brand development initiatives, with a quest for detail and creativity, she's trying designing and content writing using the latest AI tools in the market, ChatGPT and Canva being the obvious current favorites. Please join me in welcoming this accomplished speaker whose skills, enthusiasm, and dedication are sure to contribute to the success of our seminar today. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Divya, and thank you, Dr. Khushbu, for having me here. I'm really very excited for the session. I do hope that all the participants also are looking forward to know a few fundas with digital marketing. So I would also want it to be a bit interactive if possible. You may ask questions maybe in the chat box, or you can directly ask questions at least the ones who are in the meeting in case you get stuck anywhere or if any concept is not clear. I will be driving you through very basic concepts of digital marketing because we have heard most of this. It remains a jargon many times, and I will try and explain it in simple terms to you. So let's begin. All right. So, in the beginning, I would want you to see a few statistics, which we do know of, we sometimes see online also, but we will see how exactly this works. Here that Facebook and Google ads have the highest ROI rate in paid advertising. So in case, of course, you are an entrepreneur, then most of our earlier income is spent on marketing because we are looking forward to making our brand aware, increasing our marketing strategies only for brand awareness. So that is one thing that we are looking for. So Facebook and Google ads usually are the most popular platforms. Smartphones today account for 70% of all the e-commerce visits. Over 90% of people read reviews online, which we all do, which even I do personally, before making any kind of a purchase decision. Digital marketing advertisements can increase a brand's awareness more than 80%. These are statistics by Demand Sage, and it's a 2023 statistic. So these all apply right now, and this shows us the importance, or especially after COVID, how much digital marketing has become more of the preference of entrepreneurs, whether they are new or even organizations, to use this technique to market their brand. Email marketing also generates nearly 36. Let's say if you take in rupees, then you spend 1 rupee and you are getting the benefit of 36 rupees. How? We will see it later on. More than 2.14 billion people today are equivalent to 27% of the world's population who are shopping online. And I'm sure that at least 90% of that are women. So, what is happening now is that everything is online. The world works online. And in that case, sometimes we do not have much time to look at the traditional marketing, maybe. Also, it becomes a bit too expensive sometimes, especially when we consider that it could be a new business, a new organization, a new startup for us. Then it becomes difficult for us to spend too much into marketing. But if you do not spend into marketing, then it is difficult to make aware of your brand. This is something which becomes a kind of, a two-way knife for us. Now here you will see why people prefer digital marketing over traditional marketing at the moment. First and foremost, it's the lowest in cost, okay, comparatively. There are methods, there are strategies where you could be spending only time, effort, and a lot of out of the box thinking instead of money. All right. When you start brand awareness campaigns. So it is not always that you have to start with money. You can start with zero investment. Why do I say zero investment? Of course, we are paying for the internet. We are paying for maybe, having a good device. But this is something which usually most of us already have. So that investment is already made for us. That's why when you start marketing on these platforms, we say that it starts with zero cost. Right from zero cost to, depending on your organization and the amount and capacity of your spending, you can, increase your investment. The investment, whatever you do, right from zero till whatever number you're spending on digital marketing, the amount of return is always going to be manifold. It is not going to be only, say, one-on-one, but it can be 100 times returns from your investment. The more investment you put in, here it will be time and money both. You're going to reap a very, very good result in this, and I assure you of that. It is very easy to measure, which usually becomes difficult and challenging in case you're using a traditional method of marketing, or even using any kind of brand campaigning, any kind of brand awareness activity. It is difficult to measure because you have done your job, you have done your deed, but you do not know till you really get good sales. It is difficult to understand whether it is working or no. In digital marketing, there are tools which help you in analyzing how did your campaign go, what is the awareness right now, and what an amount of awareness you need to increase, and what other things you can do. So we will be talking of those as well. It is very flexible because every day it keeps on changing, and that's why you have a scope of improving every minute. That's why it is pretty flexible as well. And as I said, right from zero to any number of investment that you want to do is possible in digital marketing. And that's why The flexibility of investment as well as of usage of the platforms is easier. Brand connection is deeper here regarding this is with regards connect with your client directly. We can see that if I give you a very simple example, even stars today, Bollywood stars or Hollywood stars today also connect to their fans directly. In the similar manner, even companies love to directly connect to their clients, and this brings in a better connection and increases your brand awareness. So there are a lot of things which usually make digital marketing more of a favorable option in as compared to traditional marketing. But I do not say that traditional marketing is totally redundant. You cannot say that. Of course, that also is something which keeps on going and will never die. But digital marketing definitely is taking the more, you can say, the share of marketing today in today's world, right? Now, why does this matter to an entrepreneur? Now, we have already seen that brand awareness is something which requires a lot of effort, but digital marketing has made this effort easy. You just need to be aware. Okay. Before you create your brand awareness, you need to be aware of how do you go about it. Many times we also know what is to be done, but the problem is how. And that how I will try and answer today. For brand awareness, for generating any leads or generating sales or for getting new clients or to keep in connect with your old clients, this is one of the best platforms. As I said, it is easy to track your results. You can analyze your result. Now here, one very good thing which is very difficult to understand, and that is how exactly is your competitor doing in that same market with the same number of clientele and with the same, maybe not the same expense that they might be doing. We have no clue of how much they might be spending, maybe an inkling of the same. But how is that different from what we are doing and what we could improve on? What are the good points that we could pick up from our competitors is also something which can be helped or can be done in digital marketing. That is one very, very unique feature of doing a digital marketing. It also, as I said, when you're doing brand awareness, when you're generating leads, you are trying to get new clients, you're also building a relationship with your older clients, with your existing clients, with your existing fan following, with your existing people who are already taking your products, whether if it's a product-based company, then whether it is a product, whether it is a service-based organization, it's the service, but you are building your trust and relationship with these people, with the connect right now. So this is one of the best platforms for the same, and we do use a lot of such platforms. We will be discussing that in a minute. Now, why is brand discovery, become more popular for digital marketing, or let's say vice versa, that digital marketing has been used more for brand discoveries? Because you will see this is April 2023, internet users from the age of 16 to 64, and how exactly do they discover new brands or products? 99% or most of the people you see here use search engine. Even we in our classroom, in case students get any kind of answers, they are very specific, and then we say, okay, so you have done Google, my friend, huh? So Google today seems to be the friend of most of the youngsters, and it starts with the youngsters, but it is for everyone. You want to search something, you want to know something, Google seems to be the best place to search it. Even if you have too many, options, too many answers, but you do get the right ones many of the times. So search engines being the most popular platform for your brand to be discovered is, this is the reason why you need to be on a search engine. You need to be shown on the first page of the search engine. You need to be shown on the first page of the search engine. it is the product, whether it is the service, you have to be found. You need to be seen. After this, after search engines, it is advertisements on TV, then word of mouth, and then also social media. So you will see most of the people, at least for the digital part, you will see that search engine and social media, these are the two platforms where a brand discovery is easy. That's the reason why it is important for us to be online and to be easily visible. So how do we start with digital marketing? What would be the process? Where do we start this? First and foremost, you need to understand what digital marketing and what is this digital marketing and how exactly can you use the online platforms in making your brand visible to people, right? So you have to first have your goal. What is your main idea behind digital marketing? Is it only to increase your sales? Yes, I do agree that to a certain reason we can say that yes, it is for sales, but it is not always for that. You have a brand, you have created a brand, you are doing something unique, you're offering some services, you need to be visible, and with that you need to keep in connect with the people. If there are any kind of criticisms, if there are any kind of any kind of reviews that you need to look into, you can directly connect with them. So it is important that you understand which are these platforms. Secondly, set your goals. What exactly am I doing on this platform? On this platform, how am I going to utilize this for my organization? And then you can start with your different campaigns. Okay, one of the easiest campaigns to start with, which is totally cost free, let me say, is email marketing. It is very underrated, but it is one of the best methods of starting your marketing journey. That is the first step you start. So first, understand what are the platforms. Secondly, think what is going to be your goal, whether it is brand awareness or it is just direct sales. Normally, direct sales is not possible unless and until your brand awareness is intact. And that's the reason why you start with defining your goals. And the very first thing that you start with, very first process you start with, or the strategy you start with, is email marketing. Start making people aware of your brand. This is the first one. After that, you can start using the social media platforms. So we have a lot of social media platforms. We need to understand which platform is for which age group. For example, your clientele or your audience is youngsters, then of course we are looking for Instagram. If we are looking for people in between of 30 and say 45 to 50, then we are looking at Facebook, for engagement. And then in case you are looking for a very professional background, then we are looking for LinkedIn. So what happens is, according to your goal, according to your audience, according to your requirement, you have to choose the social media platform. We will be covering this as well. Then after social media presence, you also need to have a website. It is not a must every time. It always depends on the number, the size of your organization, whether you require to have a website or no. I will always suggest that you should have. There are a lot of sites where they can help you creating a free website as well. So that can be done. Then once you have your website in place, you have your social media presence, then what you can do is you can create quality content which will keep your prospective buyers or prospective clients and the current clients engaged, right? So you can have good content for the website, you can have good content for the social media, and we'll see how content is important in a few slides after this. You have started, you have understood what you're supposed to do, you have defined your goals, you've started with email marketing, then with social media marketing, then with a website and good quality content. Then what you do is, whatever has been done in the first few months or years, then you start analyzing it properly. You have the data, check what is the performance of each platform, because this will help you understanding how do you keep changing. Every other day when you check insights, then you understand insights in every platform. Suppose you take Facebook. Then Facebook has an option where you can see how your post is doing. We understand that today also, how many people like your post. In the same way, how many of them have viewed the post, how many of them have liked it. All these things will help you in analyzing and understanding the performance of our particular campaign. As I said, competitive analysis is also something which will help you in understanding what your competitors are doing to get that brand awareness. And that will help you in using a few good tips from there. Okay. So what not to do and what to do will be helpful when you compare your business with your competitors. After this, one more very important strategy that you need to use is improve your search ranking or SEO. What is an SEO? What is search ranking? It is connected to search engines. That is, whether in our sense, we will say Google or Chrome. Okay, we will come to that. Then after this, once all this is done, mind you, all these things are totally free of cost. All these things can be done without any kind of investment. The only investment you need to do here is time and your out of the box thinking. These are the two things that you can use here. And then you go to paid campaigns. In paid campaigns, you can have campaigns on search engine, you can have on social media, you can have different display advertisements where you see those small displays where there is a brand awareness, as well as sometimes there are some offers, or all those pictorial ones are called as display adverts. So these are all chargeable, these are all paid. You see videos, you see YouTube, and on YouTube, there are short videos, short advertisements that also can be done. This all comes under paid marketing, or which is called as pay-per-click or PPC. Then there is also remarketing and retargeting. Now, these terms again are could be used. This is the database that you collect from your website and social media pages. The people who were interested and who visit your website, who visit your social media pages, these this database is with you, and you can again remarket your products, your new products, or any kind of new engagement, any kind of announcements can be sent to this. Again, here also paid advertisements can be done. So as I said, that maximum strategies are under zero investment. The only investment is your mind, your out-of-the-box thinking, and your time. These are the few things that you can do. And paid campaigns is something which can come specifically later, which it is not a must that you have to start with this. Being a startup, it is always good to go ahead with organic campaigning, and then you can come towards paid campaigning. So this is how you can start with your digital marketing journey. Now let us see all the key components which we just saw a little bit in detail. I did say that one of the best ways of starting your campaigns or brand awareness movement, let's say, is with email marketing. Now, what is email marketing? We do get a lot of emails, right? Here you see the sample of one email where there is a 30% discount. Okay. It's a very simple email, to the point, crisp, easy to understand, right? But there is one issue. I feel there is an issue. Can anyone tell me what the issue is? What do you think is the issue here? For example, you are getting an email like this. What can happen? Will you read it?
So much of content.
So much of content, too much to read?
Yeah.
So the problem is that we do have something like this, something which could be helpful, something could be useful for us, 30% discount in case you are using Uber Eats, but still we might not read something like this, right? So when you say email marketing, you have to be sure of what you're sending, something which attracts the eye. And that is the reason why the similar email put up in a pictorial format will get a better percentage of clicks, or at least people will open this email. Is this better than that? Yes, even a thumbs up will do.
Yeah, to some extent.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So what happens is in email marketing, many times we get stuck at what exactly and how exactly can we do this. So basically you have to just make a small difference, and that is instead of a complete textual email, you have to send it in this format. This also is called as an emailer. Okay, and there are various platforms where you can create this email. Very recently, Gmail has started layouts. If you go through Gmail, then there is an option where you have fonts. There is an option of layouts, and it already has given you this format. You just have to put in your text in the same. You will see one of the best things over here is that small button in between, that is apply promo. Right? So now I do not need to go anywhere. I need to copy something, or I need to go to a particular website where I can get this kind of a code, or where I can apply this code and get the 30% off. I can just click this. Okay, so if you are an institution, you have one apply now button. You click to the apply now button, it directly takes you to the apply page. So now I do not need to navigate through the whole website of that particular organization. I can directly just apply because I have already seen about that university maybe, or then I have already understood what has come over here. This also makes sense when you have a product to sell. If you have something to sell, if like for example, you might be getting these kind of emailers from Amazon as well, where you have some kind of a discount, you click it, it directly takes you to the cart where the item is already selected and the amount is already given with the discount. And that's the reason why you can just directly just cash out from there. Understand? So emailers are the most easiest, strategies to be used. Why? Because it is easy to create, free of cost, and you can reach any number of people by this, right? So there is no limitation on this kind of marketing strategy. So you should definitely use this one. Right? Moving ahead. Let us see, when you say email, the second thing, the second strategy which you should work on after email strategy is content. Now, what do you mean by content? Let's have a look at few of these examples. Amul. Now, this particular message was put up at the time of matches. So it catches your brain, right? It catches your mind immediately. Why does it catch your eye? Because it is something that is going on right now. This is a trend. And because it is a trend, that's why whatever they have put up over here, it makes more sense. It's funny. It's nice. Okay. And it relates to something which is trending right now, right? Amul is a brand which we all know very well, but they always keep putting up these kind of messages, these kind of catchy, I won't call it as a meme, but it is kind of a very catchy design because it is the trending factor right now. So maybe, as I said, the matches are going on. So just to keep in public eye, you have to always be there in public eye. So you have to keep on adding new content, and it has to be something different, something out of the box, but something trending. You could either use one of the trends going on, or you can always have your own trend. You can start with your own trend. Shadi.com is something which has become very popular in the past few years. I remember this, around 20 years ago or so, people used to laugh. Shadi karne ke liye bhi online kaun jayega? But this became one of the most, talked of brands. Today also it is understood, or it is very popular. You just look at the logo, look at the way it has been made, and this content is something, again, it has made its mark, in people. So whatever you do, it should make a mark. That is very important. When you're online, people keep on browsing. Something interesting is only going to catch the eye. Right? So you want to keep them engaged. You want people to know about your brand and keep looking and look at the brand and understand what this is. Now, you don't need to read it also, but Amul, Shadi.com, these are the ones which you can just see and you understand what that brand is about, right? This is because it is there in public eye continuously. Now, there was this very interesting place where on Twitter, I had seen that Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, he was online, and somebody said, so from here you can just see Chart Central, Fort Gate, trader Nadeem. He had sent Khana Khaya Kya Bhai. This was, I think it happened when there was 15-20 minutes window when Shah Rukh Khan was interacting with his, his fans. And he was online at that time. And that is the time when one of the fans asked him, Khana Khaya Kya? And wherein he immediately replied, Kyun bhai, aap Swiggy se ho? Now, Swiggy immediately caught on to this, immediately. And I couldn't get the photo, but there was a photo which was shared in a later post of Swiggy, where they immediately tagged this thing. Hum hai Swiggy se, bhej de kya? And they actually sent 4 people there. So what is happening over here? Here we are keeping our clients, our followers, people online, you're catching them in that particular trend. Understand? You keep your clients in the limelight. This is what the work of all the social media platforms is. For that, your content has to be very different. Content should not be only a lot of boring information. People are not interested to see that. Information unko mil jayegi. Whenever they need any information, they will go to your website and see it. But when you're using social media platforms, it has to be something interesting. When it is on the website, it has to be something informative. So information on website and interesting stuff on the social media platform to keep the engagement or to keep your audiences engaged. These two things are the most important thing today, and this is what is called as content marketing. ठीक है, इसको content marketing बोलते हैं. So content marketing is where you are using a lot of content in a very different, out of the box way, right? How do you have content, or how do you have this kind of a content online? You can have blogs, you can write blogs, you can have short videos put up. You can have these kind of informative posts. You can have infographics. What's an infographic? Sometimes it's a mix of a bit of statistics, a bit of visuals, a bit of text. All these things put together, it is informative. So you can have infographics, you can have podcast, you can have ebooks, depending on the type of platform or the type of service that you are giving, whether it's a product or a service that you're offering to your clients. You need to have that kind of content ready with you, and you have to keep it always going, trending online. All right. On the social media platforms, you need to keep on going. If you have written a blog, it will be on a particular page, and that has to be shared maybe with a few points, few snippets from that blog on your social media platform. So content marketing means what? That you use a lot of content, you create a lot of content. Content can be pictorial, and it can be in written, in textual format, and it can also be in video format. Any kind of a content. It can also be audio format. So all these things together is what comes under content writing. Again, this is free of cost because there are tools which you can use online to create your content. Okay, especially when you're talking about designs and blogs and infographics or any other written format, designing part of format, you can use platforms like Canva, Designer, Adobe. These are a few things which are available, Adobe Cloud. So here you will have free tools which will help you in creating your content. So email marketing and then content marketing. Then the next strategy you use is social media marketing. Social media marketing is one of the most popular ones and easiest ones, and the most difficult also, because you have to easy to use but difficult to keep people engaged. Engagement on social media is the best way of your brand being there online always. Amar ho jaye uske upar. Ye important hai. So you have to have a lot of content online. As I said, the content marketing part, all the things that you create have to be put on social media also, so that it is spread among people. And then one of the best things about social media is that you choose your platform, right? You put it online, and then you're able to understand how it is going, right? I mean, what is the how many viewers have seen it, how many people have interacted with it, how many people have answered. You can have polls, you can have questionnaire, you can share some kind of information, you can share some kind of snippets. Anything is fine, but you have to keep continuously in connect with your audience on social media. So on social media marketing, one is where you're putting a lot of content, but in case you are also adding, you have a set goal that a particular campaign has to be run, whether for a new product or a product with discount or a service, then you can actually set a proper goal and do a social media marketing campaign. So how do you do that? You first set your goal, you understand how you are supposed to start. In case you're using Facebook and Instagram for your campaign to run on, then it has it has one platform which helps you in creating that content. It can also be a paid campaign. So in that case, you use the Meta Business tool. It is there, it is available in Facebook itself. You do not need to use any external tool for this. Okay, directly you go to Facebook, you create your own page of your product or service, and then there itself you will have an option of campaigns. And when you have the campaigns option, you can go ahead and choose that platform, set your goal, choose the type of audience that you want, because what happens is the specific you have the audience, the better chances of your campaign or your post or your, whether it is blog or post or any kind of an information, going to the right audience. So what is our audience? Audience is ideally the age of the people. That is, if they are supposed to be in between of say 16 to 30, or it is from 30 to 50. So you have to choose the age, because according to that, Facebook will make sure that it is displayed on the screens of those people. It goes to that Facebook feed where your correct audience sees that particular post. A post which is for youngsters, for 16-year-olds, it has no effect when it goes to a 60-year-old's feed, the Facebook feed. So it is important that you choose your audience wisely. Audience can be, as I said, age group. It can also be demographic. It can also be the geographical area. It can be, say, you want people more in Pune to see this, then it will have an option where you can choose Pune. So all these tools are available in Facebook itself. You do not need to go anywhere. And one of the best ways of starting with your campaigns is where if you have posted some blog or posted some kind of an information, you can just boost that. Boosting will help you in that particular post being seen in a wider range of audience across Pune. So that is what you can do. So these steps again are also available on Facebook. You can directly go on Facebook and just explore, and it will help you to understand how you can market over there, right? So you set your goal, choose platform, choose audience, create that content, and then start engaging. And then you also will see what was the insight on that particular. The analysis also can be seen on that platform. So Facebook especially has that option. So it is easy for you to follow the campaigns, right? Then after that comes, we have seen email marketing, we have seen content marketing, we have seen social media marketing. As I said last time also, that social media marketing will be one of the most important things that you need to do here is to choose which platform. Please remember that the platform should be according to your requirement. For youngsters, usually in between of 16 to say maximum 30, Instagram is the best platform. In Facebook, the audience usually is in between, say, 25, above 20. Usually youngsters, teenagers do not, they are not available on Facebook. So ideally it is for more from the age group of 25 to 30 to about 60 to 65. When you're looking for a very diverse and very professional scenario, professional audience, then in that case, LinkedIn is the best place for your content to go on or your campaigns to go on. So please do choose your platform wisely. It's not a must to have all the platforms. You don't need to have one campaign, one creative and go to all the platforms. That is not necessary. You can just choose your required one. Next strategy is something which is pretty technical, and I will just give a simple overview of what it is. It is called as SEO, or search engine optimization. Search engine optimization means, in case I'm looking for online shopping and I want to know which is the best platform, in Google I type online shopping. On the first page itself, I see a lot of search results. Okay, here in this particular example, you will see that Google has given about six something something, and just in 0.53 seconds, millions of options it has given me. But on the first page, it is not more than 8 to 10 online shopping platforms, not more than 8 to 10, remember. So imagine in 6 million something, your work is that your brand should be on this first page. This is how you have to work. And for this, the best helpers would be email marketing, the one we have seen, content marketing that we have seen, and social media marketing. These three are the helpers. So ye teen to karne hi karne hai. And then apart from that, what else we are going to do, we will see, right? Now here in SEO, so that what is SEO? Search engine optimization, meaning that your brand name or your organization name is reflected on the first page of Google search, right? So how will this come? One more thing I would want you to see. Here I have highlighted with a red background where you can see Amazon. But this Amazon here and the option above, that is ship what you love from the US, that is myuse.com, India, and whatever. So there are two options given here. On the top, it is given with a small box with AD. Sometimes it comes with one small word above, sponsored, right? And then the one which we see below, the best buy one of Amazon, does not come with any AD. AD stands for advertisement. Sponsorship stands for paid. So advertisement or sponsorship, these are just two ways reflecting on the first page. And that shows that this is a paid advertisement, meaning that that platform, that organization has paid to be on this particular list at that particular place. Okay, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ideally, around 6 or so are the advertisements, and remaining, I think so, around 4 to 5 are the organic search results. So the one in the red box, which does not have sponsored and AD, which means that this is organic. This is because actually of the popularity of Amazon that it is shown in the second place. So our work is, whenever we want our brand to be aware of, people to be aware of our brand, or awareness of brand has to be there, then we need to have this shown in this way on the first page itself. We never go to the second page. No one goes to the page number 2 of Google Chrome. Remember that. So it has to be on the first page, right? So once you have it on the first page, it means that your brand is popular enough, not only popular enough in people, that's why they have kept clicking or reviewing or whatever, but even Google found it relevant. Now, how did Google find it relevant? Logon ne check kiya, dekha. Correct. How does Google know about this? This is what we will say. And that exactly is what SEO means. That is exactly what search engine optimization means. You have to write the content. See, everything is interlinked, whether it is, that's why I said 3 helpers: email marketing, content marketing, social media marketing. Whatever content goes here on all these 3, this is online on the website, right? Sorry, this is online on the internet, correct? So what does Google search engine like Google do? What do they do? Whenever you publish anything, whether it is on your website, whether it is on your social media platform, wherever it is, whenever you publish something, Google search engine or any search engine, because we have Bing, we have Yahoo, there are many search engines, there are many browsers. What do? They have codes which keep running continuously. Okay, this process is called as crawling. They crawl continuously, they search continuously for what? For relevant information. So they keep searching for relevant information. And whenever they come to your site, your page, your information, your blog, then they scan, they see what type of information this is. And if it is that information is relevant according to what has been searched a lot of times on the search engine, then they take that information and they index it. Index matlab they just make a note that this particular thing is relevant under this particular category. That term is, let's say, saved by Google or the search engine or the browser. And then what happens is whenever somebody else will just key in something, okay, for example, the best place to have cakes, then, or the best cakes in Pune, then what will happen? Because a lot of people have already searched for that, it becomes kind of a keyword, that best cakes. Ye abhi keyword ban gaya hai. Whenever anybody will put best cakes, because your cake shop had the best of cakes, best of reviews, relevant information on the website, a lot of people talking on the social media platform, a lot of people giving good reviews, because of all these things together, which has been checked and seen by the browser. So this has been indexed, and the moment somebody puts in again best cakes, immediately your brand is shown on the first page. Okay, and then which place on the first page again depends on how popular your brand is. Right. So we want to be on the first page. Then for this purpose, you need to have a lot of awareness on all the platforms. So you need to take help from the email marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, and then you need to put up a lot of content which will help you in getting search in the first sheet itself, on the first page. Right. This is how SEO. So what is SEO? And believe me, this is not like a paid campaign where you do it for 1 month or 2 months and then, because it's a paid advertisement, so it is shown to a lot of people. No, SEO takes a long time. You need to give at least 3 to 6 months, depending on the relevance and the competition that you have. If you suppose in a place like Ravet, or in a place like, suppose let's take Pune, and in Pune you are the only ones who sell a particular product which is totally unique and new, you have no competition, then you have more chances of coming in the best of places in that particular search engine page. But if you have a lot of competition, there are many who are selling the same type of a product, then they also have a lot of review, they also have a lot of social media presence. So you to be on the first page, on a very good place, to be shown first or second, you will have to take a lot of efforts. So this is how it changes. This is how you should decide how much of presence you have to increase for your brand awareness. This exactly is how you can work on. But these all things will help you in coming to that search page, right? So SEO is something which is very technical, but once you have a lot of social media presence, you have a lot of website presence, all these things together, it will not be difficult for you to be shown in the first page. So you can work on that. 75%, see, as per the statistic also, 75% of people do not go beyond the first page. It is very difficult for people to go to the next page. They don't even see it, right? Even if there are millions of search results. These are a few tools that you should be aware of whenever you're talking of search engine optimization. First and foremost, you need to know the keywords, the words which people search. What is key, regarding this? Many times people feel that we should have a manager who can take care of all these things. But, I will say one thing. As an entrepreneur, you are the person who knows your brand better than anybody else. I would say that when you have, especially in the beginning, later on it's fine, but in the beginning at least, if you are totally engaged in having your clients know and understand about your, about your brand and what you have to offer, then nobody else can do that type of a job. Understand? Now, as you say that it is very difficult to manage the time, I totally understand, because time is exactly what you need to spend. And for that, a lazy person like me, finds AI tools like Canva to design my creatives, because then I have to just put up my out of the box ideas to Canva, and Canva will come up with a design. Then what I have in mind, I want to have a beautiful blog. I want to have a beautiful write-up. I want to have some engaging content. But then maybe sometimes I'm at loss for words. I might not get so much time to think about it. So I'll use tools like ChatGPT. I will use tools like copyright AI. So what happens is tools online today, especially artificial intelligence, helps you in creating this. Now, once you have created, again, posting it on a particular platform at a particular time also is challenging. So I can use a tool called as Buffer, and this Buffer will help me in scheduling my all content maybe once in the month itself, right in the beginning. वो शेड्यूल हो गया अपने आप, वो टाइम पे वो अपलोड होता जाएगा. So all these things can be done online. That's the reason why an entrepreneur can do this by himself also, himself or herself. One person can definitely do it. One, maybe, take say 5 days or so to have your content, create it, take help from AI, schedule it, and then it will go on for the next month. Just the last 5 days again for the next month is where you will need to give. Otherwise, whole month. Everywhere you will find tools online to take care of this. Right? I hope that answers your question, Khushbu. Any other question?
Yeah, sorry, I had lost connection for a while. Is there any other question from anybody? All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an engaging content and such elaborate, discussion onto digital market. And I'm sure everybody has got a little bit of uh, flavor and decision also that what they should start with marketing their business on, and how easy or difficult it is. So both of them have been clear. So thank you so much. It was really, really very engaging. And I literally wanted it to go on and on and on, but there are time limitations, and we have scheduled the next talk on another interesting topic of intellectual property rights that need your business for being a theft-proof business. So I would really thank you for this session, ma'am. And let's dig into the next session. We already have our next speaker joined in.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Dr. Khushbu and Dr. Shashi ma'am for having me. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to the next session now.
Sure. Thank you. I request Varshini to please introduce our next speaker.
First of all, very good morning to everyone present here, and warm welcome to our today's guest, that is Dr. Anjali Gupta ma'am. It's my pleasure to introduce our guest, Dr. Anjali Gupta ma'am. She is working as IP consultant with Part 2 IP LLP, and she has also completed her PhD from University of Rajasthan, Jaipur. She has also completed 1 year training program on IPR, and she has successfully completed patent drafting and searching training of Patent Facilitating Center of Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Council, IFIX, IIT Delhi. And she has also worked as assistant professor at SGT University, Gurugram, and Dean Academics and HOD, Applied Sciences at Gurugram College of Engineering for Women's, Gurugram. And now today she will guide us on IPR protection for theft start of business. And I happily hand over to Dr. Anjali Gupta ma'am so she can share her insights on this. Thank you ma'am and welcome.
Thank you, Varshini. First of all, good morning, my dear colleagues and all my students.
Good morning,
Today I am, yeah. Today I am here to just because I a little bit at last heard Dr. Smriti's talk. So she was talking about how you can, if you want to go for entrepreneurship, how you can proceed. So that was really nice talk. So if you are willing to start your own business, or if you want to work as an entrepreneur, there are fair chances that your idea or something can be stolen. Because if you are going to start your own business, so you might have two options: either you start your own business, your own idea, execute it, and then flourish it, and make your own business. Second is, you are taking the license from a person who already have their idea. So that is another part. Today we will discuss only the part if you have your own idea and you want to do your own business. So there is fair probability that your idea can be stolen. Who can steal your idea? Maybe your own person, your colleague, your co-partner, or maybe the person who is there in the market, who are your competitor. So they might be good at their business, so they can proceed their idea in a better way, and they might achieve their goal in a faster rate. So what you have to do, you have to protect your idea before you are going into the market. Because if you will not protect your idea or your secrets, you will lose, ultimately you will lose your business, and the other person who will get register it first, they will go. Your all means, you can say, whatever efforts you have put, that all will go in vain. There are different businesses basically. If you are going in an aggregate business, so there
Sorry
is
to
no
interrupt you, ma'am.
chances of.
Are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
sharing your presentation because it is not
Yeah,
visible?
yeah, I will be sharing.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll share. So there are fair chances that you can get to the idea can be stolen. But if you are in aggregate business, there is nothing like a proprietorship or an idea that can be patented or that can be protected. So there is only one probability that you have to make an exclusive contracts like that. So that we'll discuss in our next discussion. But we are going to discuss the thing, if your idea is novel, it is a product or it is a process, then how we can protect that your idea and you can go further, right? So I'll initially search. Kushbu, that has been
Yes.
shared or not?
It's not visible yet, ma'am.
Not visible.
You have to share your complete screen.
Yeah, I am sharing complete screen only.
Maybe you rejoin. So
Yeah.
it's not.
I think
Now
so.
it's coming.
I think now it's coming now.
Yeah. We will go to right.
Is it visible, ma'am? No?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So our main topic is the IPR protection for a theft-proof business. So what is basically IPR? I don't know how many of you people are aware what is this IPR. So what is the full form of IPR is intellectual property rights. There are three words: intellectual property rights. You all have heard about property, that is the physical property, land. You own a house, you own a flat, you own a land, so that is your physical property. So that's like a physical property. IPR is also a property which comes from your intellect. That is, what is intellect? Intellect is your brain. So if anything which creates by your own brain, human, that is comes under intellectual. And this property which comes from your creation or your proper brain, that for that government of India and other different country, different acts are there, so they provide you some right according to that. So this comes under intellectual property rights. Before going for further, many of you have seen this type of logos, right? MACD, Dove, Domino's Pizza, there are different logos. So once you see these logos on any means marketplace, if any or automobile vehicle, if it is Mercedes Benz, Toyota, Tata, so by seeing logo only, you are able to understand that this company or this car belongs to this company. So what will be these features? What will be the brand assurity? What will be the quality? You need not to go into detail. So this, all these logos, all these logos comes in one category that comes in brand, and it is known as trade. Sorry, trademarks. So this is again a IPR. So your logo, your brands anybody cannot use it. If you are owning that, you can only use it. So this is your IPR. So now we'll go. What is an actual intellectual property? As we have discussed, it is the property which arises from the human intellect, right? It may be an idea, it may be a design, it may be a secret. There are many different categories for IPR. But broadly, if we say they are divided into two categories, one which is related to your industry and other is your copyright, right? You might have heard the name of copyright, and most of you have seen this symbol like C encircled, R encircled. All these categories comes in IPR. So whatever your entrepreneur and industry related properties are, these are industrial designs, then comes patent, then trademarks as we have discussed seen in our last slide, trade secrets like Coca-Cola. You all must be knowing that whatever the flavor Coca-Cola have, till now no one is able to compete that because that is a trade secret, right? Geographical indications are like they are related to particular geography, so you cannot use it, anyone cannot use it to show this. So this involve the cultural identification of our country. Then can come out layout, design of semiconductor ICs, plant varieties. So we need not to go in detail all this. Basically, we will broadly discuss four categories, that is patent, trademark, trade secrets, and copyright, right? But why these rights are given? What is this IP? So basically, IP is an intangible property, just like your tangible property. Once this IP is created, you can create or reproduce it at particular marginal cost. Just like a physical property, you can sell it, you can purchase it from anyone else if they are willing to sell. You can lease it or rent just in the form of a license or a contract. You can also pass it under will, or you can assign someone to work on this particular IP so that the profit or which is gained, you can share with this. That will all on your call what you exactly want to go for that. So basically, all these IP gives different type of rights to the owner of that IP. What are these rights? It may be economic right, it may be emotional rights also. That emotional right basically comes in copyright category. So basically, for any country's economical growth, this IP is very important because it encourages a person who is doing invention. Until unless he will get some economic benefit, he will not go for invention or R&D, because that is not an easy job. You get an idea, you want to execute it, so you have spent a lot of time, your money, even your extra efforts. So all these should be paid off. So basically, IPR is very important for economic growth of a country as well as a person as well as a company, because it awards a sole right to the inventor, and so that he can reap his profit without any division. He is the only one who can market his idea. If he want to assign someone, then he can invest all the things in R&D, so it is so that it can stay in the forefront. Secondly, it protect consumers and family, because IPR, how it is protecting consumer and family, because of the brand and trade name. We are not confused that we have what we have to buy and what we have to. We have a certain criteria that if we are going outside, we have to buy something. Any consumer is going to buy something. He know what brand it is, so according to that brand, he can assure the quality. So it helps the consumer in making the right choice by selecting the product, right? So that trade name is also important if you are going to start a business. Secondly, why this IP protection is given? Because the person, as we I have already told you, that person has already spent a lot of amount of time, energy, money, everything. So they have done the capital expenditure of new product. Now he has to further do R&D, he has to do marketing, advertisement, he has to make profit. So for all these things, this IP protection is given by the government of India. It also encourages, as we have discussed, it is very important for the right push is given for an inventor to keep them motivated. It enables a free flow of information by enabling a safe environment. And when you know it is safe to share, then you can go through it, right? So, in broad, today we are going to discuss four important IPs, that is patent, copyright, trademark, and trade secrets. Because I think these are the things when you are going to start your own business, these are the main things you should know, right? First, we'll go for patent. This is the most important IP for a person who want to start a business, because patent in a patent is granted for your idea or for your invention. Other things, copyright is an expression of idea. Trademark is a trade brand, and trade secret is the basically the composition or something you can some ingredient that comes in category. So if you want to go in food market, food business, that comes in that category, alag other industry. But as an engineer, if you want to launch any product or something, you have created something and you want to go for that business, so this patent is the most important IP for any startup company. So this is an exclusive right which is given to the inventor by the government of India for a particular or a limited time period. Each for a actually these IPs are always territorial, right? और इंडिया का जो आईपी एक्ट है that will work in India only. So that for that in India, the time period for patent is 20 years from the date of filing. What is date of filing? That we'll discuss later. Secondly, it is called always called negative right. What does it mean? It is not giving you any positive right. Okay, this is your thing. It is exclude basically why it is called negative right, because it says that other persons who do not have your consent, they cannot either make or sell or use or import that particular product in India. So they are prohibiting the other persons to make use of your idea, your invention, your product. But how do you know that whether your idea or invention is patentable? Because everything is not patentable. It is not like that you have got an idea and you want to execute and now you want to patent it. It is not. So there are certain lists that you should know. We will not discuss those things in detail, but what can be patented? So for patent to be granted, it should be the invention should be new and useful. So that is the basic criteria. New means it should unique, novel, and it should be useful. Secondly, it may be a product or a process, right? Process or method. It may be a machine or apparatus or article of manufacture or improvement of any of above. Improvement means if you have any patent, you have done any improvement on that particular patent, that can be again patented under certain conditions. So that are great things. But how you will identify whether your product is patentable or not? So if you are making any product or process, the most important, this product or process should follow these four guidelines. If it comes in these, it passes all these four guidelines, then only it is considered to be patentable, right? First is novel. Novel means it should be new, unique. And how this novelty will be searched? This novelty should not be only in India. You have to identify that your product is not novel, new throughout the country, all country, throughout the world. So while searching novelty, you have to identify US, California, Germany, in all the countries, you have to identify that your product is or not already in public domain. So for this purpose, there are patent agents, there are law firms which do the novelty search for your product. And if it is found a novel, you can go for that. Secondly, it is the most important step, that is the product or process should be non-obvious, or it should have inventive step. What does this mean? Non-obvious means should not be as simple. Suppose you are from computer science background and you are doing something. Whatever you have thought, That thought can be come in any of your computer science of your where the person who are on your level can think of that. Then it will not be considered a non is not be considered as non obvious. That will be obvious. Secondly, the product, if you are making any product or process, it should have either a technical advancement or economic advancement. Suppose you are making a pen which is already existent in market. There are different kind of pen there. But again, you are making a pen with the same features, but now you have reduced the cost economically. You have made it very, very cheaper. So that is your inventive step, right? So non-obviousness or inventive step means a feature of the invention that involve either technical advancement of the compared knowledge, existing knowledge, or having economical significance or both. That makes the invention not obvious to a person skilled in the art. So basically, the person which belong to the same background, it should not be obvious for that person. So this is very, very important point. Most of the patent or invention are cancelled or revoked on this basis. Third and most important is it should have industrial application. If you are not making the patent, registering a patent which has industrial application, then there is no use of, because your time, money, everything has been wasted. So for the sake of patent making, you are making that. So it is not like that. Whatever patent granted till now, there are many patents which are kept just like that. They are not being used till now. So entrepreneur can go for that also. That you can check that, because mostly people make the patents but they do not commercialize it. So each and every patent has industrial application if it is being granted, right? Fourth is the most important is if you qualify all three conditions also, your product or process is novel, it is non-obvious, it has industrial application. But then also, fourth important, it should not fall under the category of non-patentable subject matter, which comes under Section 3 and Section 4 of the Patent Act. There is a long, Section 3 is a long list. Section 4 is related to the, that is your nuclear material. So that is the other thing. We'll not go for details. Being an engineer, we will discuss which is related to you. So there are many, if there is scientific discovery of non-living or living things, that is not patentable. Agriculture or horticulture, for most important is for your this K1, 3 is section 3K. That is a mathematical or business method or computer program per se or algorithm. They are not patentable. So that means if you are making a software, that software is not patentable, right? Your business model, like Facebook, is using business model, but you have to excel in that, then you can flourish, right? So any mathematical calculation, any business method, or computer program per se, that means softwares are not patentable. Then what you can do? The next line is the software can be patented if it is embedded in hardware. I can give you some example like Netflix. What is Netflix? You all aware of that? That is basically software related, all this. But software, it cannot patent its software, but it patented its computer application for renting movies and TV shows to the customer, right? So basically, he was able to patent some of the part of that, so and you can reap the profit of that patent. Similarly, Amazon patented its one-click system. So you have to find out what are the things or what are the crux in your startup or in your idea which you can secure by with the help of your IP, right? So all these help the to you to stand out from the crowd without stopping others from copying what they were up to, right? So I think for you people, engineers, that will be sufficient. Other things I can, if you want, that is literary and dramatic work, presentation of information. All this comes in your copyright category. So you have to identify that whatever invention you have created, that should be novel, it should be non-obvious, That means it should either have a technical advancement or economic advancement, or it should have industrial application. And for most important is it should not fall under the category of non-patentable subject matter, that is section 3 and section 4. So who can apply for a patent? The inventor itself can patent. If you inventor have assigned somebody that can be that can do the patent. For example, you are working in a company, you are studying somewhere, then you are inventor, but you cannot apply. The assignee will apply in India basically. So if any one of you have any idea and you want to execute, go for patent. So on your basis, your DY Patil University or your startup companies where you are working, that will apply for the patentee, that will be your assignee. Or the legal representative of the deceased inventor who are entitled to apply for patent just before his death, right? What is important? But in exchange, what you have to give? You have to give a full disclosure of your invention, which is mandatory. When you are applying for a patent, you cannot hide anything from your invention. You have to give each and every smallest detail to the patent office in the form of complete application form. If it is found that you have hidden some information, then your patent will be revoked. So what is the onus on the patentee? The full disclosure of the patented invention is mandatory. If this is not done, patent will not be granted, or if granted, the validity will be contested by opposing property party. So it can be revoked anytime, right? So basically, we have already discussed what is the term and date of patent. Term is 20 years from the date of filing, and date of patent is the date on which the application for patent is filed. Basically, there are two things. What happens when you have an idea, but you don't know whether your idea is going to be successful or not? So what you can do, so in case of patent, there are two things. First is, if you have an idea and you think your idea is executable, but right now you don't know anything. So you can apply for, you can give the application to the patent office by just an abstract. So that will secure your priority. That means now your idea has been secured. If you will proceed it, your date of patent will be from the date you will apply for the abstract only. Now, within 12 months period time, you have to give complete information or complete full application to the patent office. So you have 12 months window time in which you can execute your idea, you can make prototype, and they can further. And suppose if you think and if your idea is not executable, after 2-3 months you realize that it is not going to work, but you do not want to disclose in public also. So you can withdraw your application also before publishing. Because after certain period of time, every application for patent is published in the form of printed gadgets. But if you think that you have to work on your idea again, it is not going to complete within the window of 12 months, you can withdraw your application. That will remain this undisclosed. Do some more work, complete it, think twice, and then again resubmit it. So this date of patent, that is date of a patent filing application, which is the priority date also, that is very, very important. So your 20 years are considered from the date of filing of first application, right? So from that, it is not like that patent is granted within 1-2 years. It takes long time, but your in case of injunction, your whatever injunction or rebates will be there from the date of filing, right? So this is a general idea or brief idea how what is patent, how you can go for it, and that is a long part, drafting and all other things that we can not discuss in detail. But yeah, we can go for it. So patent infringement. Infringement means that what we have discussed in that is basically stealing. If someone has steal your idea and you came to know that some person has made that idea has been stolen, so that is called as patent infringement, right? So what is patent infringement? That is the use by a person other than patentee, assignee or licensee of your patent. So उस केस में क्या क्या आपके पास होते हैं? There are civil remedies. You can file a suit in a competent jurisdiction. If it has been proved that the person who is working or in a business is using your patent without your information, then these are the four cases that can cause an interlocutory injunction. That means with immediate effect, he has to stop production. He or she has to stop doing all these things. You can claim damages. Damages in what way? You can say he is working from 4 years on my idea. If I have been worked 4 years, then this much I have got this much loss. So whatever loss you will show, you will get all your damages. Whatever profits you could have got, account of profit, and immediately whatever product is seized in your there go down or all these things, so that will be seized or that will be destroyed, right? So if that is the beauty of this IPR, if you are going for any business, if you are it is your own idea, if somebody is purposely stealing it because they are thinking that nobody will know, it is not like that. Whenever you will get to know that your idea has been installed, you will get all your damages or profits from the date of your first filing, right? Now, so the conclusion is, so good innovative ideas can be converted to the property by working on it and create invention and protecting it by patent and commercializing it. So good idea is a starting point. There are steps and action to be find out. It can win if it is patentable, it get patented, it have commercial potential in the market, and it will cost no money, right? So once you have thought your idea, you have gone for patent. After patenting, you have your startup business, and it is going in good direction. So second most important thing that you should make your own brand, right? Like us, that is comes under trademark, which is covered just like a patent act, the Indian Patent Act. Similarly, the trademark has trademark patent acts. uh, so basically trademark may be a name, a symbol, a color, a logo, sound, word, or other device which is used to identify business or a product it comes, right? Like this. We all are aware this bottle, Coca-Cola bottle, is also a trademark. So you cannot change this code. If anybody will use this type of bottle, that is a trademark infringement. The name, the font in which it is written, that is again in the form of name, it can be trademark. It can be a logo, just like a Nike. Nike put this type of sign. So this logo is again a trademark. MACD, M in yellow color. This is a symbol. It may be a slogan. I am loving it. It may be shape. It may be a color. Right? So you can see three things. R in circle, this R in circle, this TM. What does this means? So trademarks are may be registered, it may be unregistered, or it may be a service mark. Trademark, if you are not getting registered, then also it becomes trademark, right? Just like a copyrighted materials, trademark, if you are not going to register trademark, then also it becomes your, if you are using any logo, particular logo for a long time, it will become your trademark. And once it becomes brand, no one can use it. So basically trademark may be of three types. If it is registered, then we will put R in circle. If it is unregistered, it is in TM, maybe in circle or without circle. Or if it is unregistered service mark, we write SM, CL like this. So here, MAC M, this is your registered trademark for MACD. I'm loving it. This is your registered slogan, trademark for MACD. Here for orange, it is TM. That means this has not been registered till now. but this color is the trademark of this orange, right? So this is how trademark, but in trademark is also very punctual in everything. Means you cannot change the font, you cannot change the space, you cannot change the shading of the color also, whatever you have registered. Registration process is simple, just like in patent, it is little complicated. So first you will go for application for search, whatever trademarks are already available, go for registration, then your trademark will be examined, that will be advertised in their gadget, weekly gadget. If there any other person is using that trademark, that will file the opposition or the certificate. If there is no opposition, you will get a certificate will be issued to you, and that trademark will be registered in your name. Duration of trademark is valid for 10 years, but it can be further renewed to for again 10 years. But after that, you need not to get it registered, because once you trademark is final, that becomes your brand. Whether it is validate, its validity has expired or not, that becomes automatically brand. So if you will not again renew it, then also that will be your trademark only. Service marks are given for 17 years, and it can also be further renewed, right? So that's what I was saying. Font, size, proportion, and placement in case of trademark cannot be changed. Like if the trademark for Vimal is this, we cannot write is this in this format. It has to become in this format only. Similarly, ADT, you cannot give it. You cannot change the position of the letters. So whatever color, whatever font size, whatever font is being given or you have registered, whatever proportions of different space and free space, that cannot be changed, right? So that should be fixed. Once a trademark registered, everything we cannot use it incorrectly. That may cause a legal issues for you people. Secondly, spelling cannot be changed. Like Calvin Klein, the spelling start from C, so you cannot start with K. Even you cannot add a dash also. Like Tommy Hilfiger, it is being written like this. So you have to do in this format only. You cannot put a hyphen or a slash. You cannot make it short. So if it is not trademark, then you can do it. But if it is a trademark, then you cannot change it. Like MPC Potteries and Gwaliors, you cannot make it MPC/G. So once the trademark is registered, you have to use it judicially or correctly. So once when you are going for your own business, think twice which type of trademark you want to design, whether it is a different color, different shapes, whatever, that will all depends on your business. Your logo, different types of logo. So once you have finalized, do not change it. It cannot be changed. If you will change it, you will be caught in legal issues, right? Now we come to the copyright. You all must be aware of that copyright. What is copyright? Copyright is once copyright is created, it already registered. Basically, it is an expression of idea. It is not the idea, it is an expression of idea. So what can be copyrighted? The presentation I have made it. Since if it is totally mine, I have made it, then it will be my copyright, whether it is registered or not. So in case your case is also softwares hai, you can get them copyrighted. Algorithm hai, laws hai, discoveries hai, content hai. So all these music hai, lyrics hai, all these things can be copyrighted. Okay? So this right is given to the protection of expression of idea, not by the idea itself. What is important in this? The important is this, the copyright for the copyright is it should be original. Oh, if there should not be, you must have seen that in many papers, there is written that there should be plagiarism should be less than 20%, 10%. So if you are copying, pasting from here and there, then that will not be your copyright material. So that work should be originated by authors itself only, either in the form of printed pen and paper. You are making books that are copyrighted, right? Architectures, paintings, sculptures, all these are copyrighted. So photographs. So whether they are registered or not, they all are copyrighted. So there is no requirement for of originality or uniqueness. There is no requirement of not originality. It should be novelty basically. So what is covered under copyright? That is your literary works, all the books, presentation, your notes, hand notes, all these comes in literary works, films, all these films you say that comes in your copyrighted drama, musical instrument, musics, artistic sound recording, sculptures, painting, photographs, all these things comes in your copyrighted material. Okay. So in copyright, basically the idea cannot be copyrighted. Facts, which is the earth revolves around the sun, if you will write on a pen, one paper, that cannot be copyrighted. Any recipes cannot be copyrighted, or the work lacking originality, like yellow pages हमने देखा है, phone book, because what they are doing, they are collecting information from somewhere and they are compiling it at somewhere. So that do not have any originality. So that is your not copyrighted. Name, title, or short phrases, you cannot copyright all these things. So basically, in patent, we have an idea which has to be new, novel, it has a non-obviousness, it should have industrial application, and it should not fall under the category of Section 3 and Section 4 of Indian Patent Act. Trade name is basically, trademark is basically the branding of your business. And there might be few things which will not come in your both the categories, so that thing can be protected by the copyright, right? So the time period for the copyright is the maximum, that is the author's lifetime plus 50 years. After your death also plus 50 years from the end of calendar year in which author dies. So basically it also gives you emotional rights, right? 50 years for film and sound recording, 25 years for typographical arrangement. And the important thing in copyright is it always expire on 31st December of last calendar year. It is not the case of patent and trademark. Patent goes from date to date. If your first date of first filing is 3rd August to maybe 1st August 2023. So after 20 years exactly, that means 31st July of after 20 years, your patent will be expired, right? So trademark infringement and copyright infringement can also be proved. If it is proved, you can suit in a suit lie in a district court or high court. If it is proved, punishment can be extended from 6 to 3 months, and permanent ban on engaging in commercial activities. So in case of trademark infringement is proved, it's really difficult situation for a person, because that person or company will not be able to further do any commercial activities. So since you will be new at the startup as entrepreneur, so you have to be very careful while making a trademark. Okay, don't infringe any others. Get it checked from with your proper patent agent, trademark agent, and then go for its registration. Similarly, when copyright infringement is proved, you can again suit can lie in district court or high court. If its copyright is being proved, it can go up to 3 years imprisonment, and fine can be claimed as per the owner of that copyright, right? So there are also chances if anyone copy the copyright. Generally it does not happen, very rare cases of copyright are there, but it comes basically in the music companies, and basically where you might people have seen that in Delhi one time one statue was there circle, and that statue was damaged due to the construction, road construction. So huge damages were claimed at that particular time, because it causes to the it is the basically the dignity of that particular person. So you are harming or dignity of a person. So that all comes in your copyright infringement cases. But in your business, right now it will not come into the picture. Okay. So thank you so much. I would like to take questions if there are any.
This session is open for question answers. If anybody has any questions, please come forward. You may put your questions in the chat box also. Till then, ma'am, I would just question.
Yeah.
Do you, I mean, we have some government schemes to refund the filing fees for startups and entrepreneurs.
Yes,
Can you please elaborate a little bit onto it, please?
Actually, basically for startup companies, there are certain criteria in which you comes under that startup companies. I think next session is related to that only. Our next session is related to that only. We'll go for that. So for startup India company, everyone cannot apply for that. There are certain rules and regulation, whatever the capital value, it means turnover of your company, yearly turnover in last 5 years, what is there. Whether for patenting you are applying as I say, so there are different categories. So those person can apply, come in startup scheme. So there are different DIPP affiliated startup India, and even there are some crowdfundings also different. So I will discuss all these things in detail in our next lecture.
Right, ma'am. There is another question coming in the chat box, that how can we avoid patent infringement? I think this has been already covered. Yeah, but
yeah, basically the patent if you can, you need not to avoid that patent infringement. Basically, I would say if you have, if you are new it as a business and you are talking about yourself, then definitely whatever work you are going to start, you get it checked for a novelty search with a registered patent agent at a particular. They will tell you whether these things are available in the market and whatever products are available in the market. So in that case, you will be free of that. So you yourself cannot find whether your product is already in the public domain or not, because you have to search in all over the world, not in India only. So we do at novelty search for that. We used to do this, and you can avoid patent infringement like that. By novelty search, we will be able to know, because there are different softwares actually, paid and unpaid softwares. By these softwares, we are able to know by keywords, we are able to know how many patent of this particular type is already present in the market. You can read these and we can compare your product with these. So we can identify that this feature is causing infringement. So we can change that particular feature. So you have to go for novelty search.
Yeah. Any other question from the participants? Yeah, ma'am, we just had a session on digital marketing before your session. And entrepreneurs, when marketing their businesses on these websites, digital media, many times happen to use some very commonly used or very liked templates and all those kind of things. So how does that affect copyrights? If you can shed a light on this particular thing.
Yeah. Basically, for commercial purpose, we cannot use the copyrighted material. So what we can do, that if you want to make the advertisement on this, we should basically design your own template. Because as far as teaching or R&D is discussed, that is fine. If you are going to present something, that is fine. That do not comes in infringement. But if you are using the commercial benefit from this, you have to create your own templates by designing team. You cannot use others' templating.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for such an enlightening session, ma'am. You almost covered all the IPs in such short time, and they were also shared in such crystal clear manner that even this complex thing came up with very simple manner. So thank you so much for such informative session, ma'am. It was really a pleasure hearing you. And for the audience, I would say that ma'am is also joining us tomorrow for sharing the other legalities associated with startups and businesses, right from registration of business, how to go with the registrations of the business, whether to register as a private limited or LLP, or other things which are related to your business registration. Everything will be shared. So do join in tomorrow also for this. And tomorrow we are also having another session by Dr. Priyanka Dhuth, who will be sharing the financial aspects of starting a business. So I request you all to join in tomorrow. Thank you for joining today. And thank you so much, ma'am, for your session.
Thank you, Khushbu. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.